going crazy in your car, probably doing 200 down the highway trying to get to the gym as fast as possible. Hey YouTube, in today's video, we're here to talk about pre-workout. How often you should take it, how much you should take, and when to take it. Now, before I get into those 3 points, I want to quickly talk about the ingredients in most standard pre-workouts. The main ingredients that we are looking for is caffeine, beta-alanine, and citrulline. Now, I'm gonna quickly break down how much you want to look for and how much each typical pre-workout contains of these ingredients. The average pre-workout contains about 200 milligrams of caffeine, but can go up to and as high as 300 to 400 milligrams, which is a ton. You have to look at the label on the back, see how much caffeine is in there, and make your decision whether or not you want to purchase that pre-workout based off the caffeine, because the caffeine is definitely the main ingredient in pre-workout that will give you the best benefits and is actually why you're buying it. It's the stimulant, it helps increase muscular endurance. It helps with output in the gym. Look for caffeine first and foremost. It is also scientifically proven to do those things. So you know if you're going to be taking caffeine before you go to the gym, you will be lifting more, you will be lifting longer, you will be lifting harder, the intensity will be increased. These are all the reasons why you even take pre-workout in the first place. The next ingredient is citrulline, and why citrulline is important is because it increases nitric oxide in the blood, which allows for increased blood flow to the muscles. And that is important because we're eating all these healthy foods, we're taking our creatine, we're taking all our other supplements, which is in our blood flow. That's how, you know, the vitamins and minerals get around our body. So if you have increased blood flow to your muscles, all like that nutritious blood is flowing into the muscles, and that's what gets the creatine into the muscle. That's going to allow our body to better utilize all the supplements and all the healthy, delicious foods that we're eating to increase our output in the gym and make gains in the gym. And the third ingredient that I'm going to talk about, there's a lot of ingredients in pre-workout, but these are the 3 that I'm going to be talking about, is beta-alanine. And beta-alanine also is very important in pre-workout because it also increases muscular endurance and decreases muscular fatigue. So when it's combined with caffeine, citrulline, and beta-alanine, the trifecta of those really give your body a increased performance in the gym. And it is proven to work. A pre-workout supplement could definitely be the right choice for you if you notice that you are lacking in the gym, if your intensity is not there, if your focus is not there. A pre-workout supplement could definitely be right for you. Before you decide whether it is right for you or not, listen to the rest of this video and make that decision afterwards. So let's get into point number 1. How often should you take it? And the reality is that you should not be taking pre-workout every day because the effects of the pre-workout will actually decrease the more often you take it. And this is something you've probably noticed with coffee. If you're a morning coffee drinker, when you first started drinking coffee, it used to wake you right up. You'd be buzzing at work or at school, wherever you were at. And then a month, maybe even sooner than that, maybe even 2 or 3 weeks later, that morning coffee does nothing. And that's because your body has built up a tolerance to the caffeine and to the effects of the coffee. The same thing will happen with pre-workout if you take it every single day. Your body will build a tolerance to it, and that's not what we want because then the effects of the pre-workout will be mitigated, and you obviously purchase this product to get the maximum effects out of it, which will help you increase your gains in the gym, and that is why we buy it and that is why we take it. Take it maybe every second day or every third day or on leg days only, and that is how you will continuously get the most benefit out of the pre-workout. So that leads me into point number 2. How much should you take? And what I recommend for anybody taking any supplement is take the minimum necessary dose. You'll see the scooper in the pre-workout once you buy it, and if you read the nutrition label, it'll say either the serving is for a full scoop or for half a scoop. Make the decision off what the serving size says. If you have never taken caffeine before, don't drink coffee, don't really take pre-workout supplements, and this is your introduction to it, I would definitely start with the lowest amount, even if it's as little as a quarter a scoop. Get your body used to it, see how the effects actually affect you, and if it's too much, then next time you got to decrease it or go for a weaker pre-workout. And if it's not enough, well then you know you should maybe take half a scoop or 3/4 of a scoop. And this goes in with how often you should take it, because if you're taking a quarter of a scoop every day before your workout, again, your body will build that tolerance to it and you're gonna have to increase that caffeine load from the pre-workout. So you're gonna start off with a quarter scoop for a week and then take half a scoop the following week to feel that same effect. So you always wanna start off with the lowest possible dose and work your way up from there. How much to take will also be determined by how much body weight you have. If if you are a small or like just a regular 5'3", 115-pound girl, you're probably not gonna need a whole scoop. You may only need a half a scoop, and that'll be your limit for your pre-workout dose. And you may not need any more, which is awesome because then the pre-workout will last you even longer. But anyways, if you're a 200-pound man, such as myself, you might have to take a whole scoop or a scoop and a half to feel that same effect. The other thing that is dependent on how much you should take is your habitual caffeine intake. If you're like me, you have a morning coffee religiously every single day, maybe even 2 coffees a day, you're gonna need to take a lot more to feel those effects of the pre-workout and to actually get the benefits out of them, because your body, again, the tolerance to the caffeine is so high already that you won't feel the effects. So if you're a regular coffee drinker, try spacing, or like you actually must space out your caffeine intake. If you have your coffee at 8 a.m. and then you work out at 11 a.m. and you take your pre-workout at 10:30, half an hour before your workout, you're going to feel those effects a lot less than if you never had that coffee in the morning. So if you're a morning gym goer, try only taking your pre-workout and not even having that coffee with your breakfast or whenever you have your coffee. You want to space out the time of your habitual coffee intake with your pre-workout. For example, I typically work out in the evening. If I have my coffee at 8 a.m., I have another 8 or 9 hour break before I take my next pre-workout or my caffeine intake is replenished in my body again. I will feel the effects much more and to the maximum ability of the pre-workout versus if I took it with only a 2, 3, 4 hour break in between my caffeine intakes. Now let's get into point number 3, when to take your pre-workout. Research says that you should take it about 30 to 45 minutes before. That's when your blood will hit peak caffeine levels, which is what you want in the middle of your workout, training very hard to get the benefit out of it, right? And if you take it too early, maybe you take it an hour or an hour and a half before, well, the effects are already gonna wear off before you even start training. So you're gonna be driving to the fucking gym, going crazy in your car, probably doing 200 down the highway, trying to get to the gym as fast as possible. And that's not what you want. You want to take it at an optimal time so you feel all the effects when you're actually doing your working sets, not when you're doing your warm-up, not when you're driving to the gym. You want to feel the effects when you're in the middle of your workout, maybe at the start of your workout through to the end of your workout to get the most benefit out of it. You should never take pre-workout in the evening. It's pretty strong and the half-life of caffeine is 3 to 5 hours. So if you take pre-workout at 8 p.m., you are going to lose a lot of sleep. Now I'm going to tell everybody what I personally do, not what the research says, not what this guy says. What do I do with my pre-workout? And it may be a little bit contradictory to what I said before in this video, but this is how I do it and this is how I enjoy doing it, and I've noticed some great results from it, and I'm sure you guys will as well if you guys use the same style that I do. So how often do I take it? Well, now that we're in lockdown, I actually don't really take pre-workout. I only maybe take it once a week. My tolerance to the caffeine and to the pre-workout effects are way lower, so when I take it, I feel it way more. No lockdown, how often do I take it? Honestly, I take it every day before I go to the gym, depending on the time. Personally, I never take pre-workout after 6 p.m. I normally go to bed around 11:30 to 12:30, and I know if I take pre-workout after 6, 7 o'clock at night, I'm gonna be going to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning. You should take it at least 8 hours before you go to bed if you want to actually fall asleep at night. How much of it do I take? I take a full scoop. If I've taken a break from pre-workout for a couple weeks, like for example, coming out of this lockdown when I go back to the gym, I'm gonna start off with half a scoop or 3/4 of a scoop because I know my tolerance will be low and I know I can rebuild my tolerance to it slowly over time. That's what I do for how much I take. I'm always just a 1 scoop kind of guy. Sometimes I'll go a heaping scoop if I know it's going to be a leg day or a big workout. I will take a little bit more, but never 2 scoops, not even usually a scoop and a half. And when do I take it? This is going to be a dual answer, I guess. This depends on the pre-workout I'm taking. I've been working out for a long time and I've been taking a lot of pre-workouts, and they all the scoopers come in all different shapes and sizes. The scooper in the pre-workout is a normal size. I'll just dry scoop it right before I go to the gym. Is about 10 to 15 minutes away. By the time I get there, I'm buzzing, and that is probably the best way to feel the effects, is to dry scoop it. Imagine the amount of the concentration of the pre-workout in your blood when you just dry scoop it and chug it down with a little bit of water versus when you just mix it in a bottle and then you drink it on your way to the gym. And that's point number 2. If I do mix it in with some water, I just drink it on the way to the gym. I make sure I finish my bottle. At least when I'm in the change room, I'll get my last couple sips in, and then by the time I go work out and my warm up is done, which usually takes, I warm up pretty thoroughly every single workout, at least 5, 10, 15 minutes before my workout. By the time I actually get into my working sets and into my hard workout, I'm buzzing. I can feel the effects. I know in my experience, I have been taking pre-workout for a long time, but I actually didn't start taking pre-workout until about 3 or 4 years into my gym routine. You always want to start off taking the minimal dose, and if you're new to the gym, you probably don't even need it. You can make a lot of gains without any supplements to start. Once you start, get your diet down, get your training down. Once those are locked in and you start making progress and you plateau, then you start adding supplements in to break you past those plateaus. But now 8 years into training, I take pre-workout all the time. As I've said before earlier in this video, that's just the way I go about doing things now. So I hope this helped you make an informed decision about whether or not you need pre-workout. If you do need some, I couldn't recommend going to supplementking.ca to go pick up whatever you need. This is my pre-workout of choice lately. This is a very strong pre-workout, and I only recommend it if you are an advanced lifter who has been taking pre-workout for a long time. If you need a lighter pre-workout, I recommend just going for a regular C4 or a powder burn. That's another pre-workout I do enjoy. If you got any value out of this video, I would appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys soon. These fresh HD sweaters, will be available soon, so stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys shortly.